Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we are going to go over the mastery loadouts of what I'm going to set up, because today's the last day that we can do mastery stuff before it is not free anymore. Tomorrow it expires, so I want to get this done. I want to go over what my masteries are going to be for basically the rest of 2024. I'll explain the masteries and all that stuff. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Okay, so I am leaving this one completely alone. This is my Recoil Touring Mastery Loadout. That's what I'm calling it, my Recoil Touring. I'm going on a tour, and it's my touring, and it uses the Recoil Masteries, also known as the Suicide Masteries, but we won't say that. We'll just say Recoil Masteries. And that is the masteries here that are set up, Liquid Courage and Double Edge, that you have to have with the Recoil. So the way that this mastery setup works is I put most of my points into offense, and then I put points into my defense that I need. Now, the points that you really have to worry about at a minimum, and these are probably not going to change hardly at all for me, are these right here, these proficiency masteries. I have 3 levels of parry, 1 level of limber, 3 levels of stupefy, and that is the way it is going to be. And then I've got 1 level of dexterity. Period. That is a minimum. I will not change that. The only way I will go to any kind of change on this is if I add to this. Otherwise, this is all going to stay that way. Now, I may put on some Mystic Dispersion. I may put on Petrify, and I may put on Pacify. But that's because I'm going to take away from some of the other things in some of my other mastery loadouts. Okay, so we're going to go here. And we're going to call this one No Recoil Touring. That is definitely not what I wanted. R-I-N-G. God, I hate the okay. Change name. So this is No Recoil Touring. Now, I took a picture of this one before I did this. So we're going to go back to here. Okay, so this one is going to be no recoil mastery. So no recoil, no double edge, no liquid courage whatsoever at all. That's what we're going to do. And so because of that, because I have liquid courage and I have double edge, we have a different defensive setup on this one. So for this one, I have 3 levels of recovery, 3 levels of willpower, and 3 levels of coagulate. Now, the reason I have all that is I'm going to take damage from liquid courage and double edge, and I want to overcome some of that, so I have as much health recovery as I can possibly get. And then I also have physical resistance, and I have block proficiency. I'm going to probably keep those on, but we're going to lose 6 points on this number 2 loadout. We're going to lose 6 points. We're going to lose all of the willpower and all of the coagulate, because I don't need those. I don't think we're going to have all of the recovery either, because we just don't need it for this next thing. And we're also going to lose, so that will end up being, I may put 1 point in that because I think I'm going to take inequity. And that passively reduces the enemy's attack. So I think I will end up having some, but we're definitely not going to have 3 points of coagulate. But right now I have 3 points of coagulate and 3 points of willpower and 3 points of recovery because of the suicide recoil masteries. Now, I am always going to have 3 levels of despair no matter what. And I have, on this one, on my touring recoil masteries, I have deep wounds, so that increases my bleed, but I don't use a bunch of bleed champions. I have no assassin and no unfazed. I don't care about unfazed. Unfazed is just stupid. Now, I do have precision because I want my critical rating up, and I have cruelty up all the way because I want crit damage up all the way. Okay. And then you guys understand the reasoning why I have the recovery, the willpower, the coagulate. Coagulate's a big one if you're going to play with the recoil masteries, especially if you play with double edge, because coagulate is going to mitigate a lot of that bleed damage. And the willpower and the recovery will completely mitigate the liquid courage damage. So you'll see you regenerate in almost an equal amount as you're taking in poison damage. All right, let's get back to this one. So we're going to fill this out at a minimum. Okay, why? Okay. Why does that say recover? I don't want to recover. Okay, point. Okay, let's recover that. To recover all offensive points, ready for a change, recover all mastery points from this page as often as you like. Unlock masteries. Okay. Well, it says... Okay, let's set this as... I don't want to set this as active. What? Oh, my God. What is this doing here? It says I have 60 points. Okay, but it won't let me put anything. Masteries can only be edited while the... Oh, okay, I do have to make it active. Okay, so let's make it active. There we go. Okay. And, wow, this looks bad. Okay, we're going to rank this up by... We're going to rank these up by 1. 1 here. Now, it won't let me put any points over here because I am going to take some glass cannon until I have 15 points in offense. So we're going to put 1 rank in Pierce. We're going to put 1 rank here because we want 1 rank in Lesser because we want all the greater precisions and cruelties up. Okay. And here we go. Okay, so precision and cruelty, we want as high as we can get them. Lesser, not so much. So we're going to go rank up. These are all free right now. We want these all at 5. Because we're not going to be doing as much damage with this because this is a non-recoil mastery. So our damage is going to be a lot less. And I may have to restart this game because some of the bugs that are in this. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we've got 15. So we want 3 in glass cannon. I like glass cannon a lot, and we need this extra damage. Okay, we're going to put 3 in despair. Okay. And right now, we're just going to put 1 in deep wounds. I just want to see where we're going to go here with this one. Now, I want to go over to proficiencies, and we're going to put the minimum stuff in proficiency. So we're going to put 3 in parry. This is a minimum. You have to have this to be successful in this game. You got to put 1 in limber. And 3 in Stupefy. You have to have 3 in Stupefy as well. Okay. And we're going to put 1 here in Dexterity. So I'm always going to keep this minimum of 3 in parry, 3 in Stupefy, because that's really important. Now let's go to defense. And where we want to get to is I want to get to at least 1 point in this, and I think 3 points in Inequity. I haven't really done too much in Resonate. Physical contact attacks of your champions have a 16% chance. I may do that one as well because that'll help. These masteries. Oh, I didn't want to do that. These masteries allow your champions to get a little bit more tankiness. Put 1 in salve, 1 in recovery. So we got to get 15 points. We want to put 1 in. We want to boost up block proficiency as much as possible. I want 1 in energy resistance. Energy resistance is not as important as physical resistance, in my opinion. I'm not doing perfect block, and I'm not doing stand your ground. So we're going to do 4 points here. Block proficiency is really important. Okay. We're still not there yet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. We're going to do 4 here. I wish they did these in blocks of 5 instead of 4 because it just makes it easier to keep track of. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess I'll put 1 more in that one, and I think that's 15 there. Okay. That's 15. I'm going to put 1 in here because we really don't need this. I'm going to put 3 here. Oh, I didn't unlock all. We're going to put, I think what I did is I put 3 in this one. Okay, we put 2. Okay, so we've got 1 level of this. So we're going to reduce enemies' attacks by 2% for each debuff they are currently suffering from. And physical contact attacks. The physical contact attacks of your champions have a 17% chance to inflict a non-stacking weakness debuff that reduces enemy attack by 10% for 7 seconds. I may unlock this. Let's unlock this. Yeah, let's unlock that. And because I like to use a lot of champs that have a lot of debuffs. So let's do 2 and 2 there. All right, let's go back. And now we can apply. So we got 10 points left. So I may do this. So when the opponent is inflicted with a stun debuff, they also reduce enemy regeneration rate by 10% and power gain. But that doesn't last very long. That's the only problem with that. And this is the same thing. While the opponent is inflicted with a stun, they also reduce enemy ability accuracy. But that doesn't last very long either. So I don't really necessarily like those. What I do like is courage. Your attacks are higher when you're below 50% power. I do want some of this. So I think we're going to max this out on this build. Okay, that gets us to 6 points. And I think we are going to... gosh, I think I'm going to take 3 points in this. Okay. And I think that we are this one crit hits ignore. I think we're going to do that one. 1 point in there. 1 more point in here, and then we're going to do 1 more point in here. And that's basically it. Okay. So this is locked now. And I just want to make sure that this one is not going to screw up. So I'm going to set this as active. And I want to look at my champions now. Okay, that looks good. Everybody's at a 39,000. Photon's at a 39,000. Silk. Hercules is at 33,000. That's good. So let's go back. And we're going to set number 2. We're going to change the name of number 1 to R space Touring. And that didn't spell it right again. Okay, done. Change name. Okay. And we're going to set number 2 as active. And then we're going to look at our champions. Now, all their PI should have went down, and they did. Look at that. So Photon went from a 39,000 down to a 33,000. And she went down because the recoil masteries got turned off. And those add so much to the PI of your champions. So let's go back to this. And really, that's really it. I don't really need a third thing. I could make this one. I could make one in the third one exactly the same and then hit AW default, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But I think we're going to keep this. This is going to be our active. If I ever decide that I want to go with non-recoil masteries, this is going to be the one that I'm going to use. And let's go ahead and set this as active. And I just want to check out a fight with Winter Soldier real quick. And we are going to use, we're going to edit team. We're just going to use Hercules here. I don't need to put anything on him. I just want to see how well he does this fight. Normally he does this fight in under a minute. So he's now a 30,900 instead of a 33,000 something. So we're just going to see how well he does here. And yes, he is doing considerably less damage. Considerably. Okay, I want him to come at me. Come at me. There we go. Okay. So the good thing about this is there's no recoil. There's absolutely no recoil. And we want to get up to a special 2. Got him. Okay. Yeah, this is a considerable amount of damage that's not there. Wow, that it is. Normally that knocks him out completely. And we're going to do a fight with him with the recoil masteries on, and you'll see the difference. There was a nice chunk of numbers. That was a good chunk. Okay. Let's see how fast this was now. This was... Put it up. Let's see it. Let's see it. It was 54 hits, 1 minute, 18 seconds. Now we're going to exit out of here. We're going to end quest, and we're going to turn the recoil masteries back on, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go to our recoil touring, and I should see that he is a 33.8 now, okay, and then we're going to go do the same fight, and we're going to see how fast it happens. And it's going to be a lot faster and a lot less hits, as long as I can do exactly the same thing I just did. Nope, 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 that's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's get this going here. Here we go. And let's see how fast this happens. We're going to basically do the same thing. We're going to work up to almost a special 2. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Yeah, you already see I'm doing a lot more damage. And I got hit. Okay, come on. Come on. Come at me. Come at me. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we're doing way more damage than... I'm getting hit. There we go. Yeah, way more damage. Come on. Okay, I want this guy to come after me now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not gonna do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dude. There he goes. Okay, now we go. Now, look at that. Look at that. So much more damage. And he's gone. Okay. That was way faster. Yeah. I mean, I got hit a couple of times, but it was about half as many hits. Normally, I can do that fight way under a minute in like 50 seconds if he cooperates. So, yeah, with the recoil masteries on, it's very different. But I do have that option for some champs. And the option to use the non-recoil masteries is if you want to be able to use like special ones over and over and over and over, or special twos over and over and over again, to the point, where, you're not going to be taking all that recoil damage all the time. Because if you have the recoil mastery on, you're going to take damage every time you use a special one or a special two. All right, that is the video I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.